Hi, I'm Katrin. Welcome to my channel. Today I will go back in time again. One of the best things about having a dog is that you get to go for walks. I choose to go different places so it will be more exciting for the dog, but also for me. One morning I decided to go to one of the most interesting places in my area, and I want you to come along with me and my dog Love, so you will see the same thing as we did. I visit a place called Ononsherg. That is Sweden's largest burial mound. The area with the tumuli and stone ships is a burial field. We do not know who are buried here, but it must have been very important people. The large tumulus in Ononsherg is 9 meters high. This tumulus has been dated to the late Iron Age, or between 500 to 900 AD. It always takes my breath away when I have the opportunity to walk through history. It as if time stood still or that you have traveled back in time. I often think, what if that stone there could tell its story? So much interesting he must have seen and heard. A stone ship consists of raised stone placed in the form of a ship. Such formations are typical Nordic ancient monuments, mostly found in burial fields. There are 5 stone ships in the nearness of Ononsherg's tumulus, making it the largest concentration of stone ships in Sweden. Yet no one knows for certain why the stone ships were built. According to the existing documents from the mid-1600s, the stone had all fallen down. It's likely that the monument was associated with the pagan religion and destroyed as Christianity developed. The stones remained down until 1932, when work began to restoring 4 of the stone ships. Each ship have a central so-called midstones in the shape of a circle, probably placed there to symbolize the ship's mast. The 5th one is still to be restored. Something else that I think is very interesting is when they were going to build a new house. This was in the early 50s. It's about 2 kilometers to the east from Ononsherg. They found out that the house was built on a burial field. The lot was investigated by archaeologists. They discovered graves ranging from 300 to around 1050 AD, showing that it was used over many generations. There were 8 ship burials, a very significant burial form only used for a specially important person. In a ship burial, a person is buried together with a number of objects like household utensils for food and drink, jewelry, pearls, knives and scissors. All 8 ship burials at the burial field held a woman. The richest grave and chamber grave contain a necklet, 2 bracelets, 2 rings, and needles, all gold, and all from Denmark. In addition, there were mounts, a ring, and 2 spoons, all of silver. Bronze objects, so-called hemor vessels, glass goblets, and pearls, but no information as who this Danish woman was. Sometimes I think it's crazy that things can be found that are so old. It's amazing that it's not disintegrated completely, like this dock. During archaeological investigation in 2004, the remains of a 3,200-year-old dock were found. proving the existence of settlements on the site as early as the Bronze Age. Oh, how is it possible, Bronze Age? This high up, it's cold here during the winters. And this thing, I immediately thought about the pattern from Game of Thrones. This type of formation is usually called Trojeborgar. They are paved labyrinth of Trojeborgar, which is the most common popular name for these puzzling figures. They are built in rows of cobblestones that form ramparts around the long winding corridors from the entrance to the center. You cannot get lost in a normal Trojeborg, but it's time-consuming to walk throughout the whole figure. It is a rare type of ancient monument that has appeared in many parts of the world. Figures with the same characteristic pattern have been known around the Mediterranean area in prehistoric times. The oldest known images are from the Bronze Age and early Iron Age. The use of these for magical purposes testifies to roots in paganism. Trojeborgarnas oldest use is shrouded in obscurity, but a series of preserved games from our time show that a young girl was placed in the middle of the figure, and it was then up to one or more boys to free her. This liberation motive probably has its root in the fertility rites in the spring. The labyrinth may be thought to have represented the underworld or the difficult road there. The woman in the middle of the labyrinth has probably embodied the earth goddess, who during the winter have been imprisoned in the underworld. The male liberators play the role of the god of heaven. His task was to free the earth goddess from her winter prison every spring and then unite with her in a life-giving cult wedding. These pagan fertility rites were probably performed by special actors or priests with the entire population of the area as an audience. I am incredibly interested in history. I could walk around here for hours. Ononsherg with its surrounding is one of Sweden's most interesting sites of ancient remains. The district of Badelunda was a cultural center for the western Mälardalen and one of the trading hubs of the Viking Age. Ononsherg is included in the European Council's Viking route from Canada in the west to Russia to the east. 50 sites are listed. They exhibit significant trade of the roaming Viking both in their home areas and their destinations. There are other locations in Mälardalen included in the Viking route too. The nearest is Sigurdsristningen. It's a rock carving just outside Eskilstuna. And then the runestone. I love runestones. For me, that is like a photo. This father have raised this stone for this, so this husband have raised this stone for that. Every runestone is a memory of something or someone. So what does this magnificent runestone say? Folkvid raised all these stones for his son Heden, brother of Anund. Vred carved this rune. This is the wording of the stone. Folkvid was a prominent man in the beginning of the year 1000. He paid for this remarkable stone that has an illustration unique among Swedish runic stones. Perhaps it's shown a female and a male figure intertwined. Folkvid also paid for the road to be built past Ononsherg and marked it with a row of monoliths. The road was to be used when the newly crowned king rode through his realm to receive the homage of his people. Now I have walked around the area for a long time and I can feel the rain coming, so my walk have to end for today. Thank you for listening and for following me on this tour. Stay safe out there and welcome back to my channel.